I think a stroke of good luck for India. Jofra Archer is still recovering from that thumb injury. Mark Wood has been ruled out for a prolonged period.
From a distance of 100 meters. So I can't dispute what Mone Markle has said. Because Bumrah, we know, let's not waste time because we know what he can do. The entire world knows what he's capable of doing.
What you're saying technically is you can't have that fixed number 3 Cheteshwar Pujara, number 4 Virat Kohli for each and every test match. All right, very, very exciting times. If you're a cricket lover, watch the India Tour of England, 3:30 p.m. onwards, June 20th, live on Sony Sports 10 1, Sony Sports 10 5, along with Sony Sports 10 3 in Hindi, Sony Sports 10 4 in Tamil and Telugu. Mr. W.V. Raman, who's part of the Tamil commentary panel, is here with me. We're going to talk about the series, and I can't wait for that first test to kick off. Hi, sir. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, nice to join you and thanks for having me.
I'm going to talk about the composition of the team. I think it's wonderful that Karun Nair has managed to score that double ton as part of India A against Lions. You think that's a prime master stroke for him to be included in the playing 11, which everybody was hanging a big question mark on?
I think he should be played in the 11 for the simple reason they've rewarded his performances after being out in the woods for a while. He's forced his way back into the side, and I think somebody who's making a comeback after a long time, and also somebody who's as experienced as him, cannot be warming the benches up. I think he should be played because the very reason why he's been brought into the squad back is because he will add that. Extra experience that is required on a tough tour like this.
Well said. But it still doesn't solve the quagmire of number 3. Everybody is saying that Shubman Gill will take Virat Kohli's position, which is bat at number 4. The opening slots, I think, are more or less confirmed. Who do you think should bat at number 3, sir?
I would obviously look at a possible batting lineup like this. I would probably say Jaiswal, Ishwaran, Gill, Rahul, Karun Nair, then Rishabh Pant is what I would look at the top 6. Another variation could be Jaiswal, then you have Shubman Gill and then Sai Sudarshan at 3, KL Rahul at 4, and Karun Nair at 5. Rahul at 5, Karun Nair at 4, whichever way it is. But I think that's how I will look at this batting lineup. Those will be my options. But of course, there's a lot of permutation and combination possible here. And it's also a very tricky thing for the simple reason uh, they are stuck with a couple of choices, which looks like is going to create a bit of a dilemma all the time. Not because the players are not good enough. The couple of players that I'm referring to are Abhimanyu Ishwaran and Karun Nair because they have come into the side on the merit of the runs that they got over a period of 3, 4 years. And in Ishwaran's case, he's been getting it for about 7 or 8 years. And what happens is that they need to be broken into international cricket because it's no point carrying them on every tour and not really getting to know what exactly they are capable of doing. And if they fail to again give him a game here, the same old dilemma will continue for the next tour as well. So they don't know what to do. And this is always going to keep carrying on. That being the case, if somebody has been playing cricket for a long time, somebody has garnered enough experience over a period of 8, 10 first class seasons and churned out runs, and if he's been a part of the side for a while, I think they need to be given an opportunity. This cannot go on, continue to carry a couple of members in the squad and not breaking them in.
Very well said. I mean, it must have been so heartbreaking for Karun Nair to sit out all those tests and then have a Hanuma Vihari flown in to take his place the last time around. And you don't want that to happen to any cricketer. So, what you're saying technically is you can't have that fixed number 3 Cheteshwar Pujara, number 4 Virat Kohli for each and every test match. It's got to be horses for courses, and you can move around, 3 and 4 and 5, that middle order, because the middle order is not as settled as the previous team.
No, I'm not suggesting that you should have a Virat Kohli and let's say Rohit Sharma every test match.
Hmm,
They did not become what they became overnight.
true.
Happened over a period of time. And it also happened because the people managing the team then decided that yes, this was the right slot for Virat Kohli. This was the right slot for Rohit Sharma. So once their slots were decided and then they were played at that particular slot for a period of time, they made that slot their own. And that's exactly what we need to do. Try and allocate the proper role for all these guys who are either young or who are making a comeback, and then see how they go about it. And then you decide on how long it is that they are going to give you the runs that you're looking for, and then the wickets that you're looking for from them. So it's all about role allocation and also about slot allocation.
Now, the all rounder quagmire. Would you rather play Nitish Kumar Reddy or Shardul Thakur? I mean, Nitish has proved himself, but Shardul, is an experienced campaigner considering what he did in Australia.
See, Nitish Kumar Reddy is a batter now. I don't think he's bowling enough. You would only categorize him as a batting all rounder, given what has happened in the past in red ball cricket. Whereas Shardul Thakur, you will categorize him as a bowling all rounder. So these are two different things: a batting all rounder and a bowling all rounder. So now, what exactly is the need of a team needs to be sussed out. After which you need to decide which all rounder gets the nod.
I've just, as you were talking, I was realizing this morning I read Morne Morkel, who's our bowling coach, saying Nitish Kumar Reddy, who is somebody who can bowl the magical ball. So I don't know if you agree with that or not.
He is handling him, he is seeing him on a day to day basis. He should know better. And I'm sitting thousands of miles away. I have not seen Nitish Kumar Reddy in the nets, even from a distance of 100 meters. So I can't dispute what Mone Markle has said.
Okay, now obviously we are going to miss Shami, but Ajit Agarkar made it very, very clear that the scans showed that he is not going to be able to pull off those 5 matches. How much are we going to miss him, or do you think we're well stocked in that fast bowling department, considering Mohammad Siraj, Prasidh Krishna are joining, and Arshdeep Singh and Akashdeep are joining Jasprit Bumrah?
Yes, a fit Shami would have been ideal. It would have been a fantastic prospect for India of being the lead bowler. But in the recent past, under Bharat Arun's guidance, what has happened is that he's handled the fast bowlers really well and is left behind a very good pool of fast bowlers. And that has provided the inspiration and also the hope for everybody that as a fast bowler, they can stake a claim in the Indian side. And that's what makes guys like Akashdeep, Mukesh Kumar keep going all these years. And that's what has been responsible for their performances year in and year out. Yes, as far as this particular side is concerned, they have a very good bowling attack. This attack is really potent. I'll tell you why. Because Bumrah, we know, let's not waste time because we know what he can do. The entire world knows what he's capable of doing. So we'll sort of save time to speak more about the others. Arshdeep, I think, is a very good option because one is that he's a left armer, he's tall, and what he's done in the recent past is he's become craftier. He knows his own cricket better, and he can make the ball swing and seam. And he's a fantastic option. And he's also become not only craftier in terms of improving his variations and improving his craft, but he's also become good in thinking out batters, which is so critical in Test cricket. If a guy can do that in a T20 format, he should be able to do it in Test cricket. And this is where this will come in very handy because batters don't look to go after the bowlers in Test cricket. You got to be patient. You got to be like a fox to outwit the batters, and that's something that Arshdeep has been doing well in recent times. And then you have the Siraj of this world, who is a captain's dream, in the sense that once the ball is given to him, one end the captain can forget. He needs to captain from the other end because Siraj will be willing to come and give it all each and every delivery. And then you have Prasidh Krishna, who can work up good pace, who's been in good nick after coming back to cricket last season post his injury. And he's been really impressive. And everybody is really gaga over the way he generates that extra bounce. And that is what is going to surprise the batters. It's not just all about swing and seam. Anybody who can extract some extra bounce can always surprise the batters. And of course, Shardul Thakur is another option we have. And he is a kind of surprise for everybody, isn't he? Whenever you thrust him into a tough situation, he pulls off something or the other. So that's been his specialty over a period of time. And then, of course, we have Akash Deep, who just picks up wickets for fun in first class cricket. And he's shown that he can be a very good backup option. And what is also good about Akash Deep is that he's not become frustrated because of not getting to play a lot of matches in succession. He's been given chances sporadically, but I think he's keeping his wits going, he's keeping his focus going, which is very good.
Now let's talk about your other core competence, which is spin bowling. You were such a attractive southpaw as a batter, but the spin bowling, as far as the India tour of England is concerned, needs some special emphasis now. All the pundits were saying before the World Test Championship that fine, maybe you should play Washington Sundar or Ravindra Jadeja. They'll come in and give you those spin overs, and they double up as good batters. But you look at what's happened in the World Test Championships. The bowlers have dominated. You've had wickets tumbling galore in just 2 days. There's no sight of any batsman putting up any kind of show. Briefly, Steve Smith maybe. And now people are saying maybe Kuldeep Yadav, as a specialist spinner, should be in the squad. So you'd go with a specialist spinner, or would you go with one of the boys who can bat as well as spin?
I'll first decide, why do I play a spinner? If I'm going to play a spinner for me to pick up wickets, I'll play Kuldeep Yadav. If I'm going to play a spinner who can put the skids on the batters and provide some respite for the fast bowlers, then I'll probably pay Jadeja because he's been the number one all-rounder for a while on the ICC list. So that is one way of looking. Washington Sundar again. I would not blame him for his off spin per se at this moment in England, because I would tend to always believe that until he gets wickets on a regular basis, which will happen perhaps a few years down the line, I would play him at the top of the order, and incidentally, he'll give you a few overs as well because he's a very good top order batter. So now, playing a spinner is not all about playing a spinner because that will give you a good all-round look. The first decision that needs to be made with regard to playing a spinner is, why is it you need a spinner in the 11? Is it to provide respite to the fast bowlers, or is it to put the skids on the batters, or is it to have an aggressive option who will obviously get you wickets because the batters might go after him after the fast bowlers really are miserly. They create a lot of challenges to the batters. Then they might probably look at going for a spinner thinking he's a weak option. So it all depends on what exactly you're looking at when you're going to play a spinner in the 11.
I'm going to talk about the England squad for a bit. I think a stroke of good luck for India. Jofra Archer is still recovering from that thumb injury. People are saying he might play in the second test, but the first test is ruled out. Mark Wood has been ruled out for a prolonged period. Gus Atkinson is yet to recover from his hamstring injury. Josh Tongue, they had to sub him off during the second unofficial test between India and the England Lions. And they've called on this 19-year-old kid called Eddie Jack as an injury cover. So, of course, Eddie Jack played well. He picked up 2 wickets in Northampton very recently. But you think we can really exploit their lack of pacers right now?
No, let's not underestimate that. That'll be a mistake because why I say this is Oakes is experienced enough. He's a very crafty bowler. They got Overton, who's not a bad bowler at all, and then they got Carsey, and then of course they have Ben Stokes as well. Now, what we must remember about them is that they know what to do under those conditions. It's not all about bowling 150 clicks per hour. It's about exploiting the conditions well. That's something that they will be able to do for the simple reason they have been born and brought up under those conditions. They do this day in and day out. So that is obviously something that we need to be mindful of. We cannot take them lightly because they are seemingly not highly reputed in comparison to the Woods and the others. But well, also on the other hand, we also have to forget that our batting is also a bit unsettled. We got quite a few guys coming back. We got a few guys who are uh, looking to do well in England. They've not had great times in the past. So there's a lot of factors that need to be considered before we think that this English attack is probably not the best.
You know, Gautam Gambhir is an experienced campaigner. You got Monet helping the bowlers. Uh, Shubman Gill, in a lot of ways, is just 25 years old. You could say you're blooding a new captain, but there is another contrarian view saying that maybe you could have gone with KL Rahul as captain. Somebody threw it into the mix saying that maybe even Rishabh Pant, uh, because he has some experience, as opposed to going with a green captain like Shubman, because the only squad he's captained otherwise is a T20 squad. But do you have the confidence in Shubman and his cool head to take it forward?
See, the similar kind of argument came about when Nazruddin was made a captain in the 90s. And when you have an inexperienced captain uh, for the Indian side, quite obviously, what will be required is for the team to step it up because a captain is only as good as his team. Now, the thing is that the entire team has to step it up collectively that they can win this series. But Shubman Gill obviously will feel the pressure. He'll also be obviously requiring a lot of patience. And that is where perhaps this inclusion of KL Rahul will come in handy because he's the most experienced in the side. He's also a guy who's got a good temperament and who's also a guy who likes to have a lot of conversations with his colleagues. So that is where he needs to take on the role of a captain, even though he doesn't have a designated position.
Mr. Raman, my last question to you is about the Tamil commentary team. There's Hemang Badani, there's yourself, there's B. Arun, and of course Vidyut. Bet you guys have lots of fun behind the scenes. Talk about the atmosphere in the commentary booth.
Generally, it's a lot of fun because if you're going to be talking about cricket in a serious manner and also looking to try and ensure that you are passing on a lot of info to the viewers, you got to find some ways of unwinding yourself. And the only way that can be done is to try and have fun once you're finished with your stint. And also, uh, there's a lot of opportunity for that because when you have a lot of commentators in the studio doing different languages, you'll get to catch up with them after a long time. And then obviously, you know what this is all about. If you're meeting up with old friends after a long time, even if you're the most grumpiest of characters, you will have fun.
Who's the naughtiest in the team, sir? Somebody who's a prankster.
All of them are naughty. Absolutely nobody is any lesser than the others.
What fun. You can catch Mr. W.V. Raman on the India Tour of England, 3:30 in the afternoon, June 20th. The first test live on Sony Sports, Sony Sports 4, Sony Sports 10 4. is where the Tamil and Telugu commentary is. And if you're willing to catch it in English and Hindi, then Sony Sports 10-1, Sony Sports 10-5, and Sony Sports 10-3. Thank you for your time, sir. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Harish. Thanks a lot. Bye.
94.3 Radio 1.